question I just asked, but to have been inducted in something like the Hollywood Rock Walk, how does that feel?
Oh, it is just, these are the streets that we roamed as kids. It means a heck of a lot more to us to do this than to go back to Cleveland. And Cleveland certainly is not the mecca of rock and roll. This was our world. These were the little recording studios and little independent labels that we'd take our tapes around to. We used to eat at the Sunset Grill, and we would tell Joe where we'd been, and Joe would suggest going, someplace else or whatever. But this was our world, so to be inducted in your world in places that have been a part of your past for 40 years is very exciting.
Well, at the Walk of Fame, and they had the Prince right next to them is Brian Wilson.
Now, Brian Wilson, we used to meet him roundabouts here because he used to date a girl in Sierra Bonita, which is just down the street here. And we'd go to Pink's. That's where we'd have our big meetings, was at Pink's hot dog stand,
And
so this was our world, right within, where Herb ended up, with his offices and stuff. And Lou and Herb had this little office above a Chinese laundry right here on Sunset. And this was it for us.
It's rare. Brian Wilson, he had half writers, and I had the other writers, and it make it to Surf City on the writers. That's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. How you beat him out? No, I don't know.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, they know. That's that's
come
history.
on,
I'm sorry.
No.
Yes. Right. Okay.
Well, it was very kind of you to take the time to talk to us. Is there anything that you wish you could have done differently? Like been a dentist? Just kidding. But
besides, we could have invented the internet,
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Before my accident, I had the second medical year, and it's really hard. And also, we went tour over the weekend, and sometimes Dean couldn't stand it, and he was hoteled over the weekend, and I went down to Monday through Friday, and then I went back, and it was a critical
med school. Yeah, pre-med at
Yeah.
UCLA, graduated.
And what were you taking?
I was in the School of Architecture / Fine Arts at USC, the school that used to go to the Rose Bowl a lot.
Take it easy now.
My degree was in advertising design, which was packaging and stuff, and I ended up designing some of our album covers. And that's some other people's album covers too as well. So we were kind of just, we were full-time students, five days a week. And that also, I think, really helped in as much as the Hollywood types couldn't get a hold of us. They didn't know how to get a hold of us. Plus, they had no leverage like they have over other artists, where they say, if you don't do this and don't do that and do what we tell you what to do, we won't release your records. We'd say, I don't care. It doesn't matter if you don't, because a year from now it's not going to make any difference. We'll be in our chosen professions, and you can blow it for all we care. They go, well, that didn't work. Okay, then they were just allowed to do whatever we wanted to do. Luckily, it worked for us that way, and we did have hits. Suppose if we didn't really have hit records, they would have bounced us, early on.
And all we tried, like it was after the accident, there was a long process, and the only thing I did unconsciously is back to the recording industry, because that's it.
That's your life.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll have another hit someday.
Right.
And I'll buy it.
Okay, we got it.
Okay.
We look forward to it.
Wholesale, though. I mean,
Okay.
like retail. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. No, that's good. All right. Great. Appreciate it.
Straight on down. Down Sunset. Probably closer to UCLA.
Well, think it's Beverly Hills going into the.
Oh, you're talking about your dead man.
Oh, I see.
You mean where he crashed, or?
No, where the song.
Where the song.
Yeah, I mean.
It wasn't
I've
about
always-
Whittier, you didn't even know about Whittier.
I see.
It's up around UCLA, and it was especially, that was like the kind of the badge of courage. God, he's here again. The badge of courage was to see how fast you could drive Sunset, kind of from the Bel Air gates coming east. No, that was uphill. It was coming from the beach, coming home, and the badge of courage to see how quickly you could go through. The road used to be crowned, so you'd get rolling downhill, and there was a big, huge turn that if you went straight, you'd end up in the UCLA practice field. But you were close to the hospital. You know, you were right there. You know, it was very convenient. But they eventually banked it like a racetrack because too many people were going over, and then once they banked it, it was pretty easy. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Jan crashed relatively close to
Yeah.
right off of Sunset on a little
Whittier
street
is
called
the
Whittier
one.
that runs from Sunset down into Beverly Hills.
Was that Crown too?
No, I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it didn't work.
Actually, it was road was reconstruction again, and it's better. But I remember all the constructions we've been placed now, and we had an accident right in goes off the cliff. God, it's unbelievable.
Oh, well.
They fixed it now, I think.
They fix it now. It's a little late for him, but what the heck. Oh, well.
Thanks again.
You're very welcome. Our pleasure. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.